nobody, I don't know of anybody who's happy about this.
Greetings, greetings, loves,
It's been
greetings.
devastating just to watch,
I
to
am,
witness. I was in the courtroom
I,
with Sara
I am
Fields.
honestly,
I think that both families like.
just kind of waking up from a nap, right? And I'm listening to one of these videos as I'm just trying to go over stuff and figure things out and put stuff together and see who's lying about what if I can. And I've been getting a lot of conflicting information, which is to be expected. But I want to know who is Tiffany Billions and who is Sara Fields. Now, if you have information on the true parts that these ladies play in this case, and it's not just something you're saying, then hey, leave a comment, or you can send me an email. All right, I'm not messing around with no BS information or nothing like that, but I'm trying to see what's going on. Now, this chick here, I just see so many people going against Carmelo Anthony. I separate, me personally, Carmelo Anthony and his parents. It appears to me that a lot of people don't, and I think that is very unfair to Carmelo. I think it's very dangerous. However, Carmelo is an individual, and his situation is so deep. I don't think it's fair to lump him up with his parents. Um, whatever decision his parents are making are their decisions. They're not Carmelo's. The same as whatever decisions he made aren't theirs, right? We know that. So we must also understand that the parents' decisions are not Carmelo's decisions. Now, I have voiced my concerns about the parents and their decision making already, more than one time. Now, one of my concerns is the type of people they have chosen to be engaged with. I've been hearing about, I heard about Sara Fields. I believe the first time I heard her mention was at the press conference, which I still find to be very necessary. In fact, to some degree, I think that the Anthony family isn't speaking enough to the public in some situations because there's so much talk, so much slander. That's what made that press conference necessary, to try and clear up some things, because y'all was dragging them left, right, and everything. And a lot of it was lies. If not all, but I know a lot of it was. I don't know what all the slander was. So I can't say all of it was lies. But pretty much everything I've heard was lies. But these were serious lies at a time where they needed help and support. And it seemed like everybody and their mama was turning their back on them. And that's how it felt then. That's how it feels now. Send your likes. If you are against anything I'm saying or whatever the fuck, don't come over here. Don't come in my chat. Keep your ass the fuck moving. Alright? You can look. But don't type in my chat, because I don't care about what you say, and I'm just going to block you anyway. I'm not going to even address nothing you saying or nothing like that. So you wasting your time, but you would be helping the video if you type. Now, I know you're going to type anyway, so go ahead and help it out. Matter of fact, you can look at nothing. I don't give no fuck. Alright? So this chick here is one of the people who, she looked like me. But I don't know what's going on with her, because she is down like 4 flats on a Cadillac. That saying never made no sense to me, but we all know what it means. Like, I never found it to be a cool saying, but Hey, we know what it means. They motherfucking ass don't know, but we know, right? So she been making videos since the beginning on behalf of the Metcalf family. I don't see how you can look like me and be for them motherfuckers, but that's the route she chose. All right, this bitch here. Now she's advocating for Sarah Fields. Listen, chick, like I said in your comment section, ho, these whites don't love you. Okay? They don't love you. These whites don't love you. And I suspect she got a white boyfriend or a white husband or something like that. Um, but sometimes our people are delusional and they love them white people. And that's what I'm getting from her. All right? Now she's advocating for Sarah Fields in this so-called lawsuit. Now, from what I understand, Sarah Fields and Tiffany Billions, I hear Tiffany Billions is a nasty character. Like I said, I am not in favor of the Carmelo's parents, really. Um, I can't approve of a lot of moves they made. Mainly who they're associating with. I can't get down with that. I can't find no reason to get him a pass on that shit. So they suspected me. They really are. So this Billions chick and this Fields chick seem very annoying and unnecessary and here to stir up and cause trouble. And if you know you stirring up and causing trouble and you really helping that, why don't you beg? Yeah. So they're talking about this lawsuit, which I've seen her post on social media, because you can't look up Drew Anthony or Carmelo Anthony without finding this Sarah chick all over the place. Her and her supporters. And the last thing that I heard was that Sara and Tiffany are in cahoots, and they try to make it seem like they're not, or they're enemies, but they're really in cahoots. And I believe Sara is the same chick that Nick at Night was talking about having issues with, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I just heard, ironically, things that I heard from Neat said it was happening to her. So I'm like, who, what, wait, hold on, what's going on? I'm sure confusion is the goal, as always. But at the end of the day, somebody lying and somebody telling the truth. Now, Sarah's supposed to be going forward with this lawsuit. If she filed it in Collin County, I don't trust it at all. I don't trust nothing going down nowhere near there. But being that they don't live in the same place, I'm trying to figure out where did she file it. Why is she filing a lawsuit against her family in a situation like this, regardless of whose side you on? I mean, is what they did so bad? Now, we're going to listen to a little bit of this. This kind of gives it more context from...
Carmelo Anthony's father.
This is this little cracker wannabe. Her name is Nelly. I'm going to give you that much. But I'm sure a lot of you trolls know who she is. She's been doing videos defending them. And I'm just scrolling her video list right now. And she is definitely advocating for the Metcalfs. That's crazy. Now, the first live she got on here is about Charlie Kirk and what happened to him. It's a very short video. And the rest is the Carmelo situation. So she's been covering reports by Sarah Fields. Sarah Fields? Okay. So, as far as I'm concerned, this chick is in a pocket. I don't like her thumbnails. Her thumbnails tell me she full of shit. Her thumbnails, when you make thumbnails and you make pictures of Carmelo, that's not actually him, but you've generated them in an AI way. And his family. I see of Drew and of Dominique. And you depict them making faces that they didn't make. You show Carmelo crying. You show him in his orange jumpsuit, which never been legit. You make AI generations of him having interactions with people that wasn't happening. You put expressions on his face that was never there. I don't need to watch your videos, bitch. I understand what the fuck you are. In between that, she has one video about the Carnival Cruise fights, which I don't get into those. The fight videos just never been my thing. But from what I understand, there's a lot of people talking about black people go on Carnival Cruises and they fight a lot. Okay. Um so I can tell she just a chick that do videos against black people. She like a female Charleston White. Let's say that. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. So it's not that I trust her information. It is that what I'm hearing here is like in contradiction. It's like each side is saying the same thing about each other to a degree, and they're pointing the finger at each other. And it just makes me suspect at least a little bit on both sides. One more so than the other. Because the Metcalf family, fuck them and fuck their side. Okay, if you want me to say it again, I can, but I know you heard me. So let's be clear. And they full of shit, and I've seen and heard enough. But I'm in support of Carmelo. I'm not in support of um his parents. I'm not here for the in just unnecessary intentional bashing of them, because I could come on here and bash them because I don't approve of things. I stated my non-approval, and I don't really have support for them. And that's that. And I don't think much outside of that is needed, because at the end of the day, you don't. You know, let me say this to y'all non-spelling ass, uneducated motherfuckers. Um, Stop using chimp language when referring to us. Those are your direct relatives, not ours. We are not related to chimps. You're the Neanderthals, dodo bird. So, that's annoying. um, and this is just a sidebar because I'm just looking for something, and then I see stupid comments like this, and I'm just like, don't come on here saying stupid shit about no damn chimps. Because we know ever since, history has been history. All y'all mofos have done is lie. You lie about every damn thing. Everything. And a lot of stuff that you have told has actually been what? Quite the opposite. Which 9 times out of 10 would be the same thing in this specific case, with Tiffany Billions and Sarah Fields and the Drew family. But it's like, I just don't understand Anthony's family, Carmelo's family, messing with people like this. Charleston White, Tiffany, what's her name? Billions. I don't know who this chick is. And maybe I've seen her. I don't know. But I don't recall seeing her. So that tells me a lot right there. That, she's playing her role just right, because I have not heard anything good about this chick. I heard that she was pretty much, a Charleston White agent sent to pretend to advocate for the family but cause havoc. I heard that she was collecting a lot of donations on behalf of the family, and she was using them personally, and she was just being COINTELPRO. Now, this is what I heard. That's a part of a live I was planning on doing with shit yesterday, and didn't get to do it. Um, so I will bring y'all the horse, so he can give it to you out his mouth. Um, Hopefully today, but hell, who knows? Shit, people have things to do. Which I understand. A lot of y'all, this is the thing that you have to do, and so that's why you be all up in it. And hey, it is what it is. That's what you do. That's what you do. All right. But while I'm still doing things I need to do, let me press play on this right here so you can get busy. Cause this chick right here, girl, they do not like your nappy-headed ass. Okay, just to be clear, cause I know you think so.
Drew Anthony finds himself in new legal trouble. I'm Tamara. You're watching the Tamara Neely Show. I would like to welcome back all my
Still
returning
nigga, baby.
subscribers.
Still
And if you're
nigga.
new here, I would like to let you know I'm happy you're here. Now, quickly before we get into this, let's get into a word of prayer, because on this show we believe that prayer is our first resort and not our last. Lord, I thank you for Sarah Fields, Lord.
Yeah,
I
I don't deal with
the
people in their
Anthony
prayers.
family finds themselves in
That's your shit.
another legal situation. And we're going to get into that and why it's happening with Sarah Fields.
And let's be clear on that. This whole pray with people and the racist dude Metcalf came to pray with people. We know he didn't come to pray with nobody. He came to pray on people. But I don't pray with people. I don't pray with people. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't trust you. I don't fuck with you. And I'm not doing no type of rituals with anybody in any way, shape, or form if I can help it. I'm not participating in your shit. That's your personal, spiritual, magical, whatever you got going on. Y'all gonna get enough of that pray with me shit. You only, if you gonna pray with somebody, it should be someone who you're very familiar with, on an intimate level. I'm talking about. Do you know what intimate means? All of y'all need to be clear about what you are doing and who you doing it for or to, with, and all of that. Okay, y'all gonna get enough of sitting down with a stranger talking about let's pray. Oh, he prayed with me, she prayed with me. That's not an honor. You can't come just praying with me and trying to put some hands on me, and uh, I don't need nothing from you. People think you're supposed to humble yourself. Somebody say, bless you, and oh, I wish well, and all this other kind of stuff. I don't know what you talking about. I never heard of Tiffany Billions. Well, first of all, thank you for being on the subject. Regardless of what this is about to say, I just see that you're on subject, and I respect that. Okay? Um, but since been following the murders, I found she's an evil, narcissistic, and racially competitive, nasty. Hey Emilio, thank you for the star. I don't know anything about her, but I haven't heard anything nice from either side of support. The side that is of Carmelo has said that she has, that's her job. To be all those things you said and more, to cause trouble, to stir trouble and confusions on both sides. And they suspect that it's someone is giving her that position, and they suspect that it's part that she is taking up on it, because it's just like a little grift or move or something of hers. But they're also saying that her and Sarah Fields are working together, which I don't see that as something that isn't something that can't happen. That's how stuff like COINTELPRO works. Okay, so I'm gonna get you up out of here because I don't support that statement and I don't agree with it. It's the opposite. Okay, starting with the moment Hunter and his dead ass brother came and started fucking with Carmelo. That's where the nastiness started. Okay, so let's be cool about that. And shout out to you for having, Egypt, shouting out Egypt, because all that shit is ours. We're the originals of that and every motherfucking thing else. Bitch. But you tried, though. You tried. Out of here. Get you another troll account. You can come
in
back.
just a second.
But you know that.
Now, Drew Anthony appealed
Don't you?
the trial court's decision after the judge denied his attempt to have my lawsuit dismissed under the Texas Citizens Participation Act, TCPA. He also sought attorney fees, court costs, and sanctions against me. Today, the Court of Appeals issued its opinion. We affirm. That means the appellate court agreed with the trial court. Drew Anthony's appeal was denied. His attempt to have my lawsuit thrown out has failed. The case will now continue to trial. This lawsuit also names Tiffany Billions and Charleston White as defendants. Tiffany Billions has served as an advocate for the Anthony family, is scheduled to be deposed in July. Charleston White has already been held liable. Now, and then she says onward. And as you guys can see here is more information from the court's opinion itself. Now, this is important because many of you kind of know about this case. If you don't, that's all right. I'm about to go over what actually happened. You're going to see a video of Sarah Fields in just a second.
You're not about to go over shit but some
happening between Sarah Fields and the Anthony family and their advocates. I have seen countless attacks against Sarah Fields on X, on TikTok, on Facebook, wherever your social media platform is. I mean, you can find tons of attacks from Carmelo Anthony's supporters. And I remember when Sarah first started covering the case, because obviously I had started covering the case at the same time. And I felt
shut
like
the fuck up. If she's seen attacks from Carmelo Anthony's supporters, okay, you saw that. Why you gonna see attacks from supporters of each side for people who are for each side? Okay, the same way, boom, I go live, y'all see them, right? And the stuff we see, the stuff you can see, don't even compare to what be going on behind the scenes, right? So saying that this chick was attacked, oh, woe is me, shame. She decided to put her ass in it, right? Nobody reached out for her, nobody asked for her, unless somebody did hire her. That could be a possibility. Either way, she as a grown woman decided to put her face into place. She decided that she was going to go and be on one particular side, the Metcalfs, and go against Carmelo Anthony and his family. Now, when you decide to do that, of course, his supporters is going to come for you. They're going to check you on the shit you post. They're going to check you on the accuracy of it and your integrity. That's happening to everybody. So, I'm confused. What is it to feel sorry for about this chick? Because the things that I've heard that she has been engaged in is pretty bad. And I mean, I'm gonna show you know, where that's about in more detail and where that's coming from. But I'm not gonna sit up here and let y'all halt me from doing the shit I need to do. Because apparently y'all must be I don't know. But not having a life, because I'll be damned. I'll be damned. So far, she said that she is supposed to be taking Drew Anthony, which is Carmelo's father, and Charleston White and Tiffany Billions to court for defamation and things like that. If you've been running their name, they not supposed to bring your name back? And this chick here is talking about what supporters have done. I'm confused, because how are you going to sue them for what supporters have done? Because if that's the case, then the Anthony's need to rack up a lawsuit on the Metcalfs on behalf of all kind of stuff we see out here. Just so many lies, blatant lies. Hell, sue them for that bullshit ass trial where all y'all did was lie and conspire. So personally, what has the Anthony's done? That's what I'm not getting. I'm not hearing it. I'm just hearing some crying wolf ass bullshit.
Like Sarah's
That's what I'm hearing.
reporting was very objective. I felt like she was being honest. And I could tell that she was a reliable media source.
Bullshit.
And it just didn't make sense to me why Carmelo Anthony's supporters were going so hard against her and targeting
Bullshit.
her like they were. Now, one thing that surprises me is the fact that one person who isn't included in Sarah Fields' lawsuit is Dominique Alexander. That's surprising to me, just because I feel like Dominique Alexander, he is definitely the number one person, if not number 2 or 3, behind.
Why? Because
behind Drew Anthony and Kayla Anthony, who should be held responsible for the attacks against Sarah Fields.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
And I say that because
that doesn't make any sense. So you an instigator and a shit starter. So you trying to say that she should also be suing Dominique Alexander just because you feel like he is behind some the alleged slander and defamation that y'all talking about Sarah has been getting? Just because you feel like he behind it, bitch? Somebody else's lawsuit is not your lawsuit. How can you tell somebody who they should put in a lawsuit? But then on top of that, you're going to suggest that somebody else be thrown into the lawsuit because you feel like they should be held responsible for what other people have done.
To me, Dominique Alexander and obviously Drew Anthony, Kayla Anthony put a target on Sarah Fields' back when Drew Anthony got up in front of everybody at that press conference that happened last year and literally held up one of Sarah Fields' tweets, or ex-posts now is what they call them, and he's telling everybody, Sarah Fields, I don't know who this woman is, but she is saying this and saying that. And she hadn't even said anything that was derogatory. She had simply just been delivering the facts.
I don't know about that, because there have not been no facts delivered in this case on behalf of the fucking Metcalf family. So I'm pretty sure she was saying things that were untrue. Now, I haven't been watching her whole ass reports. I would not flock to that bullshit, right? But if the man said it, I'm pretty sure it's true, because that's all y'all have been doing is lying and spreading false information on behalf of this family, on behalf of Carmelo, and behalf of what happened. Hell, y'all lied and conspired throughout the entire trial. Miss me with that bullshit. So, this lawsuit, where is it filed at? Where is it filed at? She got something she holding up. Tyler, Texas. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I'm pretty sure Drew has learned a lot from this, and he is on his business about his attorneys and whatnot. Because I was stalled this shit out for a little bit. I ain't seen no. I'm not looking at it, and I'm not gonna pull it up. That's. I ain't got that kind of time or interest. But I know that a lot of the shit that this chick probably was posting was a lot of lies. If I was the Anthony family, I would be handing out lawsuits myself. I don't know what the freak they waiting on. Because I'll be having lawsuits down on all these mofos who was out here telling lies on me, saying shit like I used the GoFundMe money, the Gifts and Go money, whatever money they raised to do this, that, and the third that they did not do. Y'all was saying a whole bunch of shit about them, and you still saying it. That was never true. Even things that have been debunked to be false, y'all are still running as truths. Y'all do what y'all do best. When it comes to black people, you run a media propaganda train that is just insane. Sick bitches, you are. Okay? You lie without recourse. You have no fucking guilt about it. No two ways about it. You don't even hesitate. And you stand by that shit like it's the fucking truth. And just because you collectively agree to that being the truth, then we supposed to act like it's the truth. Treat it like it's the truth. Or just because it's part of your fucking practices and your laws to mistreat black people and do them dirty, everybody's supposed to roll with that shit. When it comes to a black person getting shot by an officer, they running away, they got their hands up, or whatever the case may be, but they're not presenting no type of threat that warrants them to being shot. Y'all all collectively saying stupid shit like he should have just complied. He shouldn't have ran. Shit like that. But when Austin gets, his heart got touched, okay? And that bitch stopped bleeding. It stopped pumping, circulating, doing its job, and he's no longer here. Y'all say shit like, even though Carmelo was attacked, he should have just listened to them the first time and got up and walked away. The same type shit y'all be saying about the cops, because you place yourselves on the same level. You place yourselves on this level that is supposed to be over us, above us, and the authority of us. And so when it comes to y'all and anything that you trying to implement here, good, wrong, bad, and different, we're supposed to put our head down, say yes sir, no sir, and just get the fuck up and move on, or whatever it is you telling us to do or not do. We're supposed to just comply to that shit. You would justify a person getting shot down in a back, executed, anything, by a policeman. But you're going to have the nerve to say Carmelo, any type of self-defense he would have put up was not self-defense at all. He was a cold-blood murderer. Carmelo didn't confront nobody. He didn't bother nobody. I don't understand how you make it an innocent black person's fault when they get gunned down. But when Austin gets stabbed up by who knows who, to be honest. Let's keep it real. Who knows who? With y'all cricket asses. Who knows who? Because who allegedly, first of all, prove to me he was stabbed. Prove to me that's what happened. Okay, let's back this thing up. Then prove to me who did it, because y'all ain't proved who did shit. Hell, that's defamation right there. Trying to say Carmelo stabbed Austin to death. A lot of these conversations y'all having are irrelevant, extravagant, just aggravating. And you just sit around all day. Y'all sit around all day making videos all day about this situation, talking about a whole bunch of shit that don't got nothing to do. And you want to pick, you want to argue, you want to bicker with each other. You want to get your little social media raggedy ass, them some raggedy ass dollars too. Just to be aggravating, to be seen, to be heard, to have some content, because half of you wouldn't have shit to talk about otherwise, or nobody would listen to you otherwise, which is all that you care about. And some of y'all, you just working for the ops. It's stupid and it's ridiculous. And half of y'all doing all these videos and shit, y'all ain't tried to get Carmelo's inmate information to send him anything, or to, I think there's a holding period or something. But to, you're not making sure he is okay. For a lot of y'all, this is not about Carmelo. This is about you. For a lot of y'all, y'all don't give a fuck about Austin. Let's talk about what really did happen to Austin. Can we start there? Huh? Can we start there? Because we need to start there and finish. Well, we gonna finish in other places too. But we damn sure need to start there. And let's talk about what really the fuck happened to Austin Metcalf on that day that he died. Because that story ain't even remotely true. So we need to back up to that. Back up to that. See, it would behoove y'all to not try and troll me. Because when I come with intentions on being cool and just making a few points and being out, and you come and you say some dumb shit, it's not gonna give what you want it to give. I don't know if it's just different ones, because anybody who is somewhat of a veteran and trying to troll me, you should already know how I give it up. Because see, the goals that you have here, that works for other people, but it does not work with me. And you want me to hush. You want me to be quiet. But I'm going to end up saying things that you definitely didn't want me to say. So here we are. All this in-house confusion. What happened to Austin Metcalf? What happened on that day? Huh? Until we having this conversation, until we really getting down to that, fuck all that other shit. I don't care about who got beef with who. Your shit is irrelevant, and you just you doing too much. On account of what? I wonder. On account of what? I wonder. My thing is missing. I'm gonna have to put some. Because you can't make me understand why you would be sitting up here going at each other individually in a situation like this, when there's this situation is about stuff that's much bigger. Yeah. So let me let these hoes finish crying in line to a degree, so I can move on.
And still, she was
For this
targeted.
dumbass shit.
And so, to me, he's the person who should also be held accountable. Now,
That's to you, bitch.
this opinion
Okay,
is
hold
from
on.
the court, and it says Drew
Hold on.
Anthony appeals.
Hold on. You go hold him accountable then, since you think, because you don't deserve to. You shouldn't even be asking me what you need to for. You see my avatar. You don't even deserve that. You deserve total darkness. You don't see me because I'm not showing myself. That's why. That's a dumbass question. Next time, come in here and drop a 20 or a 30 and then be like, could you please show us yourself? And I think about it, bitch. Yeah, she can sue him if she want to. Why are you asking for yet another person to be sued? And then you don't have no justifiable reason. Why are you trying to get this woman ideas? See, if you was in favor of Sarah, you was trying to help Sarah, then you would tell Sarah to go head on. Though she got a husband, she having babies. Though she have a household, go worry about that. Why do we need more lawsuits? Why do we need to add more people? This is not about all these individuals. This is about some shit that happened with some teenagers that was very serious, right? That affected, and I said this from the beginning, so many other young adults. Y'all act like this situation hasn't affected a lot of young adults in ways that y'all ain't even really getting to. These young adults are never going to be the same. They're never going to forget about this, of course, but this is also something that helps to mold and shape who they become out here in this society as adults. Y'all are showing them how you behave. You are teaching them how they're supposed to behave. And whether they agree with or want to, take on your actions and your behaviors, they don't have any other choice but to adapt in a world that is the way it is. One way or another. If it requires you to be a crook, you're going to be a crook, a liar, okay, a beast, just a deceiving ass, cold hearted person in order to stay afloat and to survive. That's what a lot of people end up doing. And I don't know what you expect these young adults to make of everything that they've seen transpire in this situation, because they've seen and heard and been involved in a lot of things that are just not right and should not happen in situations like this. And a lot of them have been forced to either be silent or behave and lie and, you know, move about in ways that they don't want to, even by their parents, everyone around them. And when they see that this is how everybody's moving, then they understand that, this is the way that I'm going to have to be, because this is the way the world is. What has been and is being taught is that being right and being just is not the way to go. You get jumped on for that. You get picked on for that. You get stomped out for that. You get threatened for that. You get treated unfairly for that, You gotta be evil, cold-hearted, vindictive, cutthroat, you very, just not an honest person, not a good person. They're getting taught that it's okay to just ruin people's lives. As long as it benefits you, your crew, your agenda, your associates' agendas, that's what it's okay to do. That's because that's how the world works. Y'all quick to say these children these days. Oh boy, these children these days. But these children, this is what you give them. This is what you show them. You don't show them anything about you as an adult that makes them want to respect you. Nothing. Y'all run around here like imbeciles, like juveniles yourself, and you make everything about you and what you're trying to gain from it. And so everything we're supposed to learn from, nothing is learned. Nobody grows for the better. You just create a more corrupt and unjust society. A bunch of adults acting irrational as if they should have never given y'all asses social media. What the hell? Ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. This girl gonna sit here talking about she should be suing Dominique too. But there's no justifiable reason for her to be saying that. Why would it be necessary to throw in another lawsuit? Now, I'm gonna take this even further, but I'm gonna let Sara talk first, and then we gonna address that.
The trial court's denial of his Texas Citizens Participation Act TCPA motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed against him by Sarah Fields. In 3 issues, he challenges the trial court's denial of the motion to dismiss under the TCPA and contends he is entitled to attorney fees and costs and sanctions against Fields. We affirm. So what that means is that the court is not honoring his appeal. The court believes that he is liable, or there's at least enough evidence to continue. Now, some of you may be wondering what that means. Plaintiff Sarah Fields
This is so stupid.
is taking defendants Drew Anthony, Kayla Anthony, and Tiffany Billions to court.
Okay,
So
she did all this. She did all this to say that. And she said the courts think he is liable. No, the courts just think that she's produced a sufficient amount enough evidence to show that she has a case. And she's named multiple parties, not just Drew Anthony. I don't know why she's so fixated on him. Okay, you made your point.
Is saying
I don't even understand why this is something to gloat about.
And I'm just like, wow, I did not expect this turn of events, but I mean, it is what it is. So it sounds to me like they messed around and found out.
No,
Now,
that's stupid too. That's stupid too, because y'all ain't cute with that fuck around and find out shit. You're not. You're whole adults allegedly, and you need to act like it. There's nothing to gloat about. Sarah and Drew and whoever the hell else having a lawsuit. Hell, first of all, who wants to go to court? Who wants to spend the money? Who wants to spend the time? And again, this is not about y'all. This is about something tragic that happened to the youth. A lot of young people. That's what this is about. Ooh, just messy drama. Ooh, she's taking him to court. Ooh. Again, this is not about none of y'all. This is about things that happen to young people at their school sporting events. But you bastards are so pathetic. You don't even care. And you want somebody to respect you. Fuck
there's
you.
more to this. Now, I have this clip of Sarah Fields, and she's going to explain what's actually happening and how this lawsuit came about. I know this is shocking news for many of you because maybe you didn't know what happened. But like I said, there's been a lot of retaliation just because Sarah Fields was reporting on the case, a lot of intimidation, a lot of just hateful rhetoric, and it's been a lot. And I personally, I thank God I wasn't involved in any of this drama, because I wouldn't.
You're involved in it right now. Shut up.
I mean, it would just
Stop
be too
lying.
much to handle.
You're not complicit.
So prayers,
You're involved in
I'm
it right Now, with this messy ass video, and I'm pretty sure a lot of your other videos, way too many videos on this fucking case. You involved in it. This is a messy ass video right here in itself. There's nothing innocent about this video. Y'all are adults. Y'all making this shit more about you than it is about what happened to all of those children on that day. Young adults heading into adulthood, getting ready to go to college, getting ready to, they get to the next level of being the ones that, that step up. A lot of us gonna be elderly, and they're gonna be the ones out here running things. And this is how much you care about the tragedy that happened to them. Y'all running around here making this shit about you. Videos about mofos suing each other and arguing with each other and all this other stuff. Y'all aren't humble for these children at all, ever. All you can do is criticize and show them how not to act. Now let's listen to something else that just doesn't make any sense.
And my prayers out to Sara Fields and support, because y'all, she's been through a lot. Now check this out.
Hello everyone. I was going to originally just post the documents with a quick announcement. However, I have now added a third person to my defamation lawsuit. It's a pretty big deal, and I need to explain to you all what's going on. For months now, I have been targeted, harassed, and smeared and lied about by Tiffany Billions and her associates. Tiffany Billions is the advocate for the Anthony family, and Carmelo Anthony is the 17-year-old who is now 18, who allegedly stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart on April 2nd at Frisco ISD. I reported on the Anthony case from day one. I provided context that was not given by the mainstream media. Documents from the court via open records, subpoenas, emails, and information about their first advocate, Dominique Alexander. My exposure and my reporting reached millions, including my advocacy for the children who were placed in danger, who were witnesses on the arrest report, who were being doxxed by...
Doxxed by who? Jeff Metcalf? Because he was posting them all over social media, hanging out with him and his family. Well, I ain't seen no family with him. Hanging out with him, barbecues and everything. All of them, except for the ones that got black in them. Eddie. Why you didn't go, Eddie? John.
These advocates and their associates. And it was my honor to assist the parents with making sure that a protective and gag order was put into place. Because of my reporting and the attention that it received, I was first targeted by Dominique. Then I was targeted much more aggressively by Tiffany Billions, the next advocate. The smear campaigns, the petitions, and the lies were never ending. They accused me of being a meth addict, a drug I have never touched in my life. They accused me of being a prostitute, and they accused me of receiving leaked documents illegally, unethically, from a county clerk. So much so that they targeted her and her office until she was subsequently and unfairly fired. The clerk...
I heard about this. And again, unless I've done my own personal investigation, I don't trust what nobody's saying. She said she was illegally and unethically fired from Collin County, bitch. If they had to fire her ass, then she did something wrong. Okay? I'm inclined to believe what the other parties are saying, that she leaked you that information, and that's what got her fired. Because y'all don't hold each other accountable at all. And all of this goes in favor of going against Carmelo and his family. So why would they fire her? Oh, because she did something. She messed up. Okay, you sitting on here telling that she gave it to you. So I can imagine y'all was around here doing shit that was just team too much. Okay, y'all got her fired. You and her got her fired. Trying to help out. Now y'all, that woman was the one who leaked information about the case and personal and private information about the Anthony family that put them in danger. Their where they lived at, their address and shit. And we heard Jeff Metcalf say in an interview recently, I don't even know where they live. What the hell you need to know? Sir, your son is buried. Carmelo got 35 years. Go sit your ass down somewhere. What are you looking for? To go snatch him out of the house and lynch him? Like, you know, huh? You trying to get on some Emmett Till type shit? You on that type of time? What you need to know where they live at or not. The more y'all talk, didn't y'all learn from doing interviews the very day that this shit happened? Because them interviews is gonna be the death of the motherfucking Metcalfs, okay? And Collin County, the death, baby, the death. And that explains so much as to why Hunter didn't put his troubled ass on the stand, right? Because Hunter was quick to do an interview with his mammy. I guess she thought that was a good idea. My son died earlier today. Let me go on here with my other son that was there and very much involved and go on TV and start talking. And I confronted him and I asked him, well, who is you? What are you doing here? And he wouldn't leave. And then my brother, Austin, he has my back no matter right or wrong. Because your ass was wrong, right? And he stepped up and, you know, I tried to whip around and then Austin snatched his backpack. And then, I'm not going to talk about the rest. So none of y'all said after that interview, oh, we better not talk no more. That maybe wasn't a good idea. What you try to get sympathy? You didn't need sympathy. You're white. You got it, baby. You're covered. You're covered. It was unnecessary. Stupid. But no, you do another one. And same story, just a slight difference. Now, when y'all get y'all ass to court, you say something totally different. Y'all leave Hunter out the deal and you make it about Austin. Well, that's not how the shit started. So we got to tell it like it is from the beginning. How did it start? But that's not even the beginning. Is it? Absolutely not. It started somewhere else. Once upon a time. And so many people know what this situation is really about and what really happened. And y'all keep teaching these young adults how to be corrupt, even forcefully corrupt. And they've watched and witnessed up close and personal some things that, you know, it's going to take them some time to wrap their brain around what truly has gone on and is going on. And now you want these children to be citizens of your society and to participate in life like that. How many would join happily and be like, okay, this is my type of get down, I guess. This is the adult I'll become. You know, with this Tiffany and Sara situation, I don't know. They say crooks usually turn on each other. Backstabbers usually stab each other's backs. So I don't know. However, I think they're both fraudulent and crooks, whether they're working together or not. But if you're working for the same devil, if you will, then you are working together at the end of the day, right? There's no sorry to feel for Sara in her announcing, oh, I got lawsuit. Oh, they slandered me. Oh, this lady was unjustly fired. Bullshit. Bullshit. Y'all don't fire each other, especially when you're helping damage the ops. What she did and what y'all did was too sloppy. It became a liability. So she had to go to cover themselves. Oh, we didn't have nothing to do with that. Why y'all don't have lawsuits all the way to the tutor is only, in my opinion, because somebody, they listened to wrong, improper advisement, and somebody told them not to sue. Somebody said, just chill out, don't do like they've been doing, right? And now they should know better. So where are the lawsuits? Because if these mofos, this chick been fired, this chick reported it, that she knows she leaked it, blah, blah, blah. Why are you not even hesitating? She was suing you. It's great. Time to countersue. Like, what the freak is going on? They leaked your information. Y'all had to move. You were threatened. You're in danger. Hell, Jeff still hollering about he don't know your address. He said that intention. Y'all are not slick, and I am not slow. Let's be clear. He said that shit publicly, nationally, on purpose, so that he could communicate that he needs their info, and someone's gonna get it for him. Y'all ain't said shit slick to a can of oil at all. Sara, you're getting plenty of attention. Weird. Where's your husband?
Never sent me anything, and this will be made clear in discovery. They have also used an individual.
That's not the only thing that they've done.
Bullshit.
Which she's going to continue, but I have to mention this just because I personally witnessed this when I was at the trial. Okay, so there was this lady who was at the courthouse, and she was one of the public's attendees. And before the court allowed everybody to line up, they had told, the police had told us that we had to walk.
All I can hear is stepbrothers. What was the co-worker's name that, he came to the Catalina wine mix and all, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! That's all I hear.
Back and forth because we could not all gather in the same place, because technically it would be breaking the law if we just stood there. So they said, you guys can kind of hang out, but you're going to have to walk back and forth until it's 6 a.m.
Oh, gosh. Can we get back to what Sara was saying?
So when Sara said,
because I don't care. I don't care.
Just left her.
Austin White, who has also targeted me and repeated these lies on his podcast that reached thousands of people. I was labeled a bigot and a racist, and my integrity as a journalist was attacked. I was also personally attacked by Tiffany. She doxed my home. She doxed me. She doxed my children and threatened them, saying that they were going to pay if I kept talking. She also accused me of being complicit in my daughter being sexually molested, telling people that my daughter was abused and that I allowed it to happen. This is a sick lie and an attack on me and my family. Since I first announced my lawsuit, and as time progressed.
This is crazy. I don't know what would possess this woman to have this type of involvement in anything that would include her children and this type of language. I'm not sure who would know or what. I don't know what y'all got going on over there because I'm not there. Clearly, I just don't understand how we having these kind of conversations. This is, you see, adults allegedly. How y'all? You know you're going too far if you allegedly got ops having these type of conversations about you. Y'all, this tit for tat shit y'all doing is too much. And before that came to that, somebody should have said, you know what, I'm out. It's not worth it. You don't care. Y'all don't care what y'all do to these children. You don't. It's all about you. Trifling ass. This child and what did or didn't happen with her gets brought up and mentioned and discussed and argued about in a freaking trial that happened tragically to a bunch of young, basically young adults, at their event, a school sporting event. Now we over here discussing what may or may not have happened to a much younger child. All because of some shit her mammy into. And it's clearly she has no shame about this. You are directly responsible for this shit because obviously you're doing insane shit that you are not supposed to be doing. And people just go harder and harder with this shit. No, there comes a point where you gotta stop and look at the shit you're doing. You single, by golly, have at it. But when you have a family and you're doing this to you dragging your children get dragged into your shit because you want to be this gung-ho, messy ass 007 type of a freaking reporter or whatever the hell she is. I don't know. She's an official journalist or she's some social media journalist or whatever the hell. Girl, how could this shit be that important? You gotta be kidding me.
Loose lips have revealed that Drew Anthony was in direct contact with Tiffany Billions, aka Tiffany McAdoo, and Charleston White per their own admission. Drew has repeatedly been told to separate himself from these people, especially Tiffany, who has spent week by week.
I'm sorry. See, this is the shit. This is the shit that gets me every time. This is the same thing as saying, Austin and his brother Hunter was trying to tell Carmelo to get the fuck up and leave. Now y'all trying to tell his daddy who he can talk to. You joking, right? You joking? So you trying to sue Drew because you told him not to talk to people and he's still talking to him? Y'all told him the same way people came up to his son and was trying to tell him what to do while he's sitting near a canopy that's not a tent. I'm gonna say that shit till I'm blue in the face. I know y'all still ain't gonna catch on, but it wasn't no damn tent. It's a canopy. All right. When a mofo can get a lawsuit dismissed for misspelling, I guarantee you calling a tent a canopy a tent repeatedly is somebody's incompetent like a motherfucker. Okay, if it was, if Carmelo was inside of a tent in this alleged situation, it would be more in his favor because the tent is enclosed. There's only one way out that mofo. I guess you would then say, well, he should have took that knife and ripped that tent up to shreds and got out of there. Somebody gonna stand by and give you time enough to do that? No, but y'all would say that. You say something. You find a way. You should have cut him out of ceiling and climbed out like the monkey he is. Some shit like that. When y'all know y'all the Neanderthals, and those are your direct, your direct relatives. DNA and all, babies. Cut it out. Some of you got tails, all that hair on your back. Shut your ass up. Y'all love saying shit, but then when somebody retaliate with the truth, oh my God, you're so racist. Shut the fuck. How am I racist? If I was racist, you would be a poor white trailer trash if you exist. That's if you exist, bitch. Because I had a power to do whatever the hell I want to your ass. Right? Right. Right. And what would that entail? I know y'all don't want to find out. And that's why y'all be doing shit like this. Setting young men up, taking them out, hanging them. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, we don't play that bullshit over here. Um, yeah, dumb as fuck. This lady got her children and all sorts of shit, but y'all wanted to encourage more lawsuits. This little heifer, this nappy headed hoe over here. Oh yeah, though you should be suing Drew Anthony too. So yet another lawsuit. Somebody, hold on. Somebody already talking about your baby. You can't be serious. Y'all some shiftless ass.
Disparaging me and my family, as well as saying horrific things about
You
the
need to go
Metcalf family.
sit down with your
She
family.
has called Austin worm food and has said that his brother should be buried with him. Drew has refused.
You know
and
what?
instead
I ain't gonna
has
lie. This she. Where's the lie? Where? Well, okay, I'll tell you where the lie is. Okay, worm food is wrong, y'all. Don't do that because that shows your ignorance. Don't do that. Um, they put bodies in caskets. Why? I don't know. I don't know. You know, you're supposed to send them return to the earth, but some of these mofos, I'm glad they put in caskets. Because you know we recycle and reuse every part of the decomposed, so we just recycling a lot of things. um Believe what you will, but that's a lot to be recycled. Y'all use a lot of stuff and don't know that is the decomposition of those that were here before us, and they would not put in no caskets. They will put, they are the earth. Okay, they are is what composes of the earth and all of these elements and energies and fluids and things that you give all these other names to, but you use it. Even clay, you know. Hell, I'm gonna make me a face mask here in a minute when I get through fucking around and play wasting time with y'all. So Austin being in a casket is all right with me. uh you know, that casket gonna become part of the earth for Austin will, you know, but that prolongs him decomposing into the elements of what we call earth here. So the worms, can they get in? Probably so. I don't know. There's some bad mofos. They actually, you know what? He may not be worm food, but he's some kind of insect food because them shits just pop out of nowhere. They are created from just rotten, decomposing shit. I don't know how to explain it. They just come and show up wherever there is a dead body. I don't care what it's inside of. Didn't they tell y'all when they found that girl in the front of that boy car? She had all kind of insects and shit eating her ass. You, wherever there's a dead body, you will find those insects there eating away. Ain't now window been open or nothing. Just like you know, I don't even want to get any further because a lot of y'all can't handle the shit I'm saying already. But worm food is just not accurate in my opinion because he's not in the earth. He's in a whole box. So this thing, yeah, tell me how this makes sense. People just want to make money off y'all, and y'all just don't see the play. I don't understand it. Okay, so somebody created a law that you got to be in a casket. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Don't you know everything in this earth came from the decomposition of the ones before us? All the dragons, all the giants, all the Nephilims, all of the ancestors, as you will, before us. Everything that every living being that roamed the earth, this is where you're getting all of this from, including volcanoes, fires, everything. Your crystals, your freaking the marble, the fucking these mountains, all the flesh of the mountains, that's flesh of beings that existed. And maybe the casket is about the fact that this is the shittiest version. They like, don't remix that shit with me. So the casket buys them some time before they can remix with y'all, because you're just the shittiest version, and you're probably gonna just turn into nothing but just fucking soot or fart juice. You're not gonna give oil. You're just not gonna give anything that can be like, it's literally a gift bag. It's not something that can be used. You're gonna decompose into fucking dump truck, trash truck juice. That's the worst. Trash truck juice. Oh my God, that's how you're gonna become when you decompose. So I don't know. I wouldn't call Austin worm food. I call his ass trash truck juice. Yeah, I like that. Trash truck juice. That's all he gonna slime out to. Yeah. She still talking? Shit, bitch, hurry up. I'm over this shit.
Admitted to working with her and, quote, said, "That woman is a beast at putting things on other people." Tiffany also submitted a legal document to the courts claiming that she indeed is the spokesperson for the Anthony family. She also admitted just the other day to being picked by Drew to be their advocate. So it is clear that Drew Anthony, Carmelo Anthony's father, has participated in a smear campaign against me. A reporter and a mother just doing her job.
Okay, I'm the advocate too. All right,
threatened multiple times.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your
mouth. Shut your mouth. I'm talking. Okay, when the queen talks, you shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm the advocate. I'm the spokeswoman. All right, cool. See how easy that was? Tell me I'm lying. I don't know who the bitch is. But all this other shit she talking about is rumor and say so. Fucking hearsay. She just making up shit. This is a tragedy all the way around. Y'all just dumb. Just dumb. This shit she talking, what that got to do with what all these children went through on that day, man, and ever since? What does any of this shit have to do? Now you're involving more pain and tragedy to more people. That's all I see. That's all I hear. More pain and tragedy to more people. Y'all get your households involved in mess. And y'all know how messy this shit be. You don't care. It's like everybody wants some goddamn attention or something. I don't know what you want. But some of y'all just might need to be in a box too. So you be trash truck juice right along with Austin. The fuck?
Me. CPS has been at my door. I was aggressively threatened by a man
and you still
who is now sitting in the county jail here for cyber stalking me. And one of the worst parts is that all of this happened and is continuing to happen now.
Shut up, bitch. I'm tired of her mouth. Okay, so this leads to... Okay, so that makes sense. Why I never got around to doing that live. not knowingly, everything happens for a reason. Because the man she's talking about, that's who I was going to showcase on the discussion that I told y'all we were going to have about this. So, did I know? Damn. Okay. So, I needed this piece to fall in my lap. So, now we got a version of things from this chick. What's her name? Sara? Somebody. Now, wait till you hear that guy speak. And I'm going to play that when I come back. Wait till you hear him speak because it don't sound nothing like this. This shit she talking, all I see and hear is hearsay. This guy came with evidence, a fact. Evidence of fact. Don't nobody give a fuck about that corrupt ass so-called justice system. We know how you designed it, radio. Duh. Just because you got some fucking coons out here who don't understand that don't mean shit. You know, what is. Regardless of who fuck with it or not. What is. I told y'all, you see things for what they are. Period. That's it. It'll get you a long way. You can't make believe and make something be what it's not just because you wish it to be. So you see things for what they are and you move accordingly. So I'll be back. Oh, trash ass bitch.